for doing it for Bunkerville, Nevada, for doing it for the state of Nevada, coming in from outside of the state of Nevada to do it for the state of Nevada, to do it for your hometown, to do it for the United States of America, and the entire world is watching on to see what it means to be the United States of America, okay? The entire world is going to be inspired by this, and they look at us when they see what the true power of our people is in other countries, okay? Do you realize what you did? That's why I say, okay, please be seated. Thank you very much. That's right. We are what? We are exceptional. I'm gonna call people. Anyone want to come up and talk to me? Okay, hold on one second. Let's do this, okay? I don't want anybody falling on the stage, so. Oh, jeez. No, let's do this. Come on down. Come on down here. I want you to stay down here. Okay. So we have, and I want you to just give your first name out. Give your first name out, and tell us where you're from. First name, tell us where you're from. Now, I'm going to do this just like you're calling in, so we're going to pretend like it's a telephone, all right? So, thanks for calling the Pete Santilli Show. I'm just kidding. What's your first name? Where are you from?
My name is Mark.
Mark, what city?
Las Vegas.
Las Vegas, Nevada. How many here from Las Vegas, Nevada? All right, great turnout. Fantastic. So you know what? I've asked everybody over the past several days, you know, what brought you here? What inspired you to come up here from Las Vegas, take time out of your schedule?
Let's see. I picked up the newspaper at the coffee shop. It was at Starbucks. And on the front page, I saw the word Oath Keepers. And I thought, wow, that's above the flap. That's news. That's front page news. And I didn't know what was going on because I haven't been tuned in too much lately. But a buddy of mine called me, and the day before, he was asking me about Sheriff Mack. And I said, yeah, I know the guy. And so I told him a little bit about Sheriff Mack, and I told him a little bit about what I perceive as being a solution to the problem. Clark County is a little bit too big. Maybe we need to split it up and have a sheriff for this part of the county. And if we had a sheriff that was a constitutionalist, maybe if the sheriff was an oath keeper, maybe he would draw a line in the sand and say, hey, you know, you're not welcome here, these federal agents, and you guys just need to go away. And if you had a constitutional sheriff who would take a stand, then I think it would be a lot better for all of us, but the fact is that we don't, and so that's why we're here. All right? And so until we get some constitutional sheriffs, we're going to keep doing this. Look at that. They took the hill. There's the flag.
That's right. There it is. That's right. Now here's the deal. Thank you very much. All right? Thank you. Now, if you're nervous about coming up here, I don't want you to be. Here's how it's going to work, okay? I'm going to hold the microphone up, and you're going to speak to me. You don't need to speak with anyone else. You're just going to overhear the conversation. And you know what? The conversation is important because whether or not you are a radio show host or not should not prohibit you from speaking out and sharing your story as to what motivated you to get here. So don't be afraid to come up here, okay? Because it is an honest, and you're going to talk to me. So what's your first name? Where are you from?
My name is Mark. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee? Did you drive out here?
Well, I'm a president of the Center for Self-Governance, and I was teaching a class in Phoenix last night. And there's some students, Joni and her two teenage sons are here, and they're my students. And they said, hey, why don't we go down to the Bundy Ranch? And I said, are you kidding me? Remember the Alamo?
Oh, there you go. So what inspired you ultimately to just say, this is it, I'm going to go there? And were you prepared to stay here for some time?
Well, I have, our organization has requests in 39 states for our training, and so, no, I can't stay for long. But what inspired me, Pete, is this. I was in Texas recently teaching a class, and they stood up and pledged allegiance to the Republic. And then they pledged allegiance to the Republic of Texas. So I went back to Tennessee, and I wrote a law, which is something we teach citizens how to do, and I gave it to a 91-year-old Democrat. And it's going to pass next week in the state of Tennessee. That's going to have the public schools of Tennessee pledge allegiance to the state of Tennessee. That's what inspired me to be here. Nevadans, Arizonans, Tennesseans, Washingtons, Californians are getting sick and tired of this, Pete. And they want to rise up. They want to stand up. We don't know how to wield our power, but we saw how to do it today. How about welcome to the borderless free amendment area?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Borderless free amendment. Hey, you know what? I'm going to share tidbits. Thank you very much, by the way. Thanks for calling in. I do this. By the way, people were asking me, how can I tune in? And I'm going to say this for those of us that used to listen to AM and FM radio. I mean, I used to listen to AM radio. I was a freaking Rush Nazi, okay? I say freaking is not a bad word. I say it in a very kind, affectionate way. But I used to listen to Rush Limbaugh on AM radio. Well, technology has changed so dramatically. Not bragging rights, but just to share with you exactly where I'm at. If you say, well, why isn't Pete Santilli on the radio? Well, he must not have a great show. We made a conscious decision because of the change in technology. And because my reviews are so quote-unquote fringy, okay, meaning that if I got on my show, you could hear it. It's very, very well produced. It's a very successful show, but I would never be able to say what I say on the internet by going on the AM and FM dial. So we made a decision to go strictly internet. We now have, after this event, it's absolutely overwhelming. I feel very blessed to have so many new listeners. But here's the easiest way to remember where to listen to the show. It's Guerrilla Media Network, but just remember this, GMN.is. It's easy. Our servers are in Iceland. So you go to www.gmn.is or GuerrillaMediaNetwork.com or the Pete Santilli Show. And you'll hear me strictly on the internet. Okay? Now, here's a funny story, if you don't mind me saying so. And this isn't inappropriate, of course, because they have these commercials. All these satellite trucks that you see out here, okay? The reason why the GMN Studios doesn't have a satellite dish on it is because I will never accept corporate ad sales dollars from those places like, I think Cialis or something like that. They sell a lot of pharmaceuticals. They've spent millions of dollars, okay, in pharmaceuticals with the big mainstream media outlets. And I can't say the same things on the internet. I can't say the same things on the AM and FM dial as I can on the internet because I'd be restricted by corporate sales dollars. Now, could I go out and sell those ads? I was contracted with AM and FM radio. It could have gone national syndication very, very easily and become a multimillionaire. And I'll stand before you. May a bolt of lightning strike me. This is the God's honest truth. I absolutely 100% said I want no part of that system of accepting that level of corporate ad sales dollars. I'd rather help grow my business slowly, incrementally, with a coalition of like-minded individuals like you, with small business advertisers to help small businesses grow. I don't need to have large corporations tell me what to do and say. So I opted out of the multi-million-dollar system. Okay? Is that okay with you guys? Is that better?
Yeah!
This is what you get in return, is that you get the truth. Our motto is, I'll tell you the truth whether you like it or not. And you don't have to like it. But what I teach everybody is you have a powerful voice. That's what this group of individuals, my dutiful callers right now that are calling in, our phone lines are down. So everyone's running in. And tell us your first name and where are you from. Here, come over here. No feedback. What's your first name?
My name's Keith. I'm from Tucson, Arizona. I am the Tucson Tea Party.
Tucson Tea Party. Fantastic. Congratulations. So what inspired you to come up? Was this a long-term plan? What triggered you wanting to come out here to join us?
I think I've been down for the last 3 weeks. I just buried my dad at Arlington.
I'm so sorry to hear that, dude.
It's where he wanted to be. So, when I saw this happening, my wife's like, oh, it's no big deal. You shouldn't get worked up about it. And then I saw that they had snipers targeting civilians, non-criminal civilians. From Tucson, I see it all. Cartels, you name it. They're targeting civilians. Who's the enemy? It's not us.
That's right. Who is the enemy? Yeah. It's amazing, and I sense you're a Marine by that Eagle Globe and Anchor on your hat. Is that the appropriate assumption?
Actually, I'm Army. This is for my godson.
I'm sorry to hear that you went into the Army, but no, I'm just kidding. I always say that, you Army dogs. How many Army dogs we got out there? Ooh-ah! Ooh-ah! That's right, I honor you guys, but I do joke. I say, what branch were you in? And they say, Army, and I say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I was in the United States Marine Corps. But thank you for your service to our country. We honored it. And I'm sorry to hear about your dad. I mean that sincerely, okay? And I'll tell you what, you couldn't be with a better group of people. Don't you agree? Don't you feel that?
I do. This is the best I've felt in years.
A very momentous occasion. Just think about what happened. Everyone, it's going to settle in. I'm telling you, if you don't realize what happened today, you're going to be laying down, and I say staring up at the ceiling tiles. They don't have ceiling tiles anymore. I must be dating myself. But you'll be staring at the ceiling tiles. You don't say, "Oh my goodness, what just happened?" All right. Now, what you'll notice is the next couple of days, there's going to be major. Hold on a second. We're back. Okay, thank you. So, Moab, Utah.
Stacy from Moab, Utah.
Stacy from Moab, Utah, and you're going back home right now? Yeah. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, how many people here from Bunkerville? Yeah. Mesquite. Mesquite, Depot, Bunkerville? Okay, they're all probably at home enjoying, right? But just think how many people have come from outside. How many people are not here from Bunkerville and Mesquite? And I'm going to tell you something right now. The past couple of nights I've spoken to people from the local area, and I want to, on behalf of those people I know were very sincere. The people that came from out of town literally inspired local community members to come up here and thank them. So on behalf of those people that I've personally spoken with, I want to thank you very much for coming out here to care about their community, their family member, the Bundys, of course, but they can have a safe drive back, okay?
Okay. I just wanted to say the reason that I came out was because I'm from Moab, Utah, and the Canyonlands area, they're trying to make that into a greater National Canyonlands Monument, which will then, National Monument will then cut off all the BLM access and that for our country. And we need to keep our country free, and we need to keep our lands free and not let these BLM and these environmentalists overreach their bounds. Let's shut them down.
Let's shut them down, that's right. And that message was not brought to you by the Moab, Utah Chamber of Commerce. Okay, it was not. They won't be advocating what she just said. Right? All right, so our next caller, of course. Sir, come this way because I don't want to get any feedback. What's your first name? Where are you from?
My name is Keith. I'm from Heyningen, California, Riverside County.
Okay, now here's the rules, ladies and gentlemen. And if you break the rules, okay, don't get embarrassed when I point you out and I say you must follow the rules. I want you to turn to me and talk to me. You know why? Because it's going to, if you're uncomfortable with talking to a large group of people, don't worry about it. It's only one person. I want you to come and talk to me, and we will just let everyone, we don't need drones. We have an amplifier to surveil us, okay? They're just going to listen in. I want you to talk to me. What inspired you to come up here from Heyningen?
On Wednesday, I was doing a search to add some content on the situation at the Bundy Ranch. I have a website called the Constitution Club USA, so I did a Google search, and lo and behold, or I did a YouTube search, and the very first video that came up was the Pete Santilli show. And so it is true.
Is that true? Wow, that's awesome.
That was on Wednesday. So when I got done watching that video, I said, I'm going up there. And so I made arrangements. I showed up here, and I wanted to tell you all that, you know, the Founding Fathers started the American Revolution in a place where they called it the Battle of Bunker Hill. Well, today we've won a battle at the Battle of Bunkerville.
That's right. Thanks a lot for coming out.
And I'd just like to say, please go to www.Constitution Club USA. When you go there, you will find that...
Now, what did I say about the rules? You're supposed to talk to me.
Oh.
Talk to me. That was a cheap, shameless plug, but that's okay, because we support small businesses, of course. You just talk to me. What is it? What is the website address again?
www.Constitution Club USA. And Pete Santilli Show is there, and many other media resources for patriots who want to get the true news and not the baloney.
Here you go. To the best of our ability, so help me God. That's right. Okay, our next caller. Ladies and gentlemen,